contract?
Oh, it's a big step for myself and my career going into the future. I know we've got big plans, and I know Eddie will fulfill those plans and get us to where we want to get to. He's going to take us global and make me into a superstar. But I just got to continue winning fights, make my way up the ladder slowly.
When did you first become aware that Eddie was interested in you, and what did that feel like, considering he's a superstar himself?
Yeah, for me, I was just like hearing about it, because I did hear there was a few other promoters and stuff that put in were trying to get me on their team as well. So when I heard Matchroom was one of those teams, I was very excited. And when Dad and my manager Mick came to me and told me about the deal, it was it made me very happy, and made me want to go after it, made me eager, and I can't wait to get to the goals that I set for myself.
And potential to fight on the same card as Alvarez, like just being in an event like that, what would that mean?
Look, I think it would be, the atmosphere there would be crazy for starters, but just boxing off a legend like Canelo Alvarez, you get a lot of eyes that will be, watching the fights. It wouldn't even have to be boxing supporters. A lot of people just watch Canelo just because he's next level. So I'm hoping I get to fight on one of his undercards and showcase my boxing ability and the potential I have.
This potential fight with Dempsey, I know your team's accused him of ducking you in the past. Are you keen to get your hands on him finally?
It is what it is, I just think it'll be good for Australian boxing, and to clear up who's the best heavyweight in Australia. But we're both chasing the same thing, and he's at a stage now where he's getting closer to it, and I'm just making my way up. So if we meet one day, I think it'll be good for Australian boxing.
You've seen his profile though. It's funny. He's gone to London. He's based there now, so you can see his profile's rocketed as well. So you're following in his footsteps. But it just shows you what can happen.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
both undefeated. So anyway, but it just shows you where you're going.
Exactly. So it's just for me. It's just continue working hard, and let my boxing and my what I'm good at doing do all the talking pretty much.
Dad said you're only, as far as he's concerned, the world's only seen 50% of what you can do sometimes at home in the garage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that true? Is that your upside is a lot more?
I think as I gain more confidence and do the things that we work on, and I do work on in the gym, but I tend to shy away from them when it comes to the fight because I don't want to mess it up. But once I gain more confidence in doing those things that he's seen me do in the gym, then I think I'll be very dangerous, and it'll take me to the top.
Just one final from me. Like you've done it mostly here. You've beaten this everyone in this backyard. You're taking on the world now. Is it get the juices flowing?
Yeah, it does. It puts a smile on my face to know that all the hard work that I've put in so far is paying off, and to have someone like Eddie Hearn notice that from just a small gym in Bethania or under my house in Sunnybank is it's big for me. It puts a smile on my face. I know my parents are very proud of me. To hear that coming from Eddie, that he's had an eye on me for a while, so it's time to show the world.
As you say, 29 and his first week, so he's had
yeah, exactly. So it's time to show the whole world what I can do, and make my way up the ladder.
Sorry, just quickly, just one more. Sorry, it can catapult you onto the world stage, but you did just previously, prior mentioned your goals. Obviously, you've got to be number one in the world, but what is your specific goal?
Just to unify the heavyweight division, win all the belts, and hold it down up there. Once I get them, I want to stick around, defend them a few times. But yeah, firstly, I gotta get there and win all those titles. That's my goal that I set from very young age. Since I started boxing 7-8 years old, watching Mike Tyson with all the belts. It's always been a dream of mine to be in that position and to defend them. And after I do that, then just live a happy, healthy life after that.
As far as dreams coming true, looking at Justis as a young man coming into his boxing career, this must be right up there. What an opportunity for 2023.
Oh, mate, this is huge, absolutely huge. This is what we've dreamt of. This is the reason we get up in the morning and do what we do.
How excited are you for this opportunity?
Mate, hugely excited. Like, to get to where we are, he's only 23. I know we've got a long way to go, but man, it's a huge opportunity, mate. I know I don't show it, but inside I'm buzzing.
How's he mixing it up with the international boys, Rob?
Sorry, what was that?
How's he going to mix it up with the international boys?
Mate, I don't think, honestly, I know Justis has fought, on Fox, but I don't think really people overseas have actually seen his style, see what he can do. Justis is a completely different fighter from any other heavyweight that's out there. So I know he's early stages, but yeah, I think people are going to love him. The international viewers will love him.
You've had a pretty fierce competition for his signature, so you're at the end of the day had to come down to Dad. How did you negotiate all that stuff, and what was the main reason why you decided to go with Eddie?
There was a few key points. The first one, reading that contract through, was Eddie was right. Justis is a superstar here in Australia, but Eddie can make him a superstar, a global superstar, and that's exactly what we wanted, right from the start. So the second one was the offer that Eddie was giving us was huge. Like, you wouldn't knock that back, and we're just fortunate that we're in a great position, so.
And you hear the likes of him suggesting maybe on the undercard to Alvarez, it just puts you right up there, doesn't it?
That's taking it to another level. The amount of eyeballs that'll be on those fights, and to see, what Justis can do, it's priceless. Like, yeah,
It sounds also like Eddie's not in a rush. He wants Justis to learn all the parameters involved, and obviously it's an interesting field to try and get to a world title fight. But you guys are a bit more of a hurry, so where the two shall meet, I suppose.
Yeah, look, I think I'll leave that up to Eddie. I know the first thing Eddie said to me, look, we're fighting at the wrong level. We should be fighting levels under this, because it'll get to a point where you won't have any opponents that want to fight you. So to build up his profile, he's got to step back and fight guys that are not at the level that he's been fighting, and he'll slowly build them up that way. So I said, look, he's got the runs on the board. I said, do what you got to do.
Have you found Eddie to work with?
I've only talked to him once, but he's excited. I know he's excited. I'm excited, but what he can do with with Justis.